My name's Keegan. I've been in the IT industry since 1986. I've worked at more than 60 different organisations around the country and the world. In that time, I've learned a few things, and one of the most crucial that I've learned is about understanding how to put things together, and the essence of that is a service catalogue, and starting with a single entry. The purpose of this is to show you a simple way of creating a service catalogue. In a minute, I expect that you should be able to create your very first service catalogue entry that can be reused over and over again. And I will show you this in 5 slides. And we'll put this into perspective on how this can be used by you, your department, and your organisation. I have got a few other tricks up my sleeve that I thought I'd show you as well. So I'll introduce you to a number of other tools that I use. And this will show you how you can do your job better and even improve your personal lives. 17 slides that are just truly valuable to you, your work, and your family. These will include project management, RACI, product analysis, work analysis, process flow diagrams, the life cycle of everything. Now that's worthwhile. The work wheel, where does my time go? And on the other side, we have 2016 IT trends. Are you involved with those? 20 powerful words. These are words that you should be using every day in your writings, your communications. A boss versus a leader. What's the difference? And which one are you? What do you look for in a leader? Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Yes, my wife is a teacher, so I've had to learn about those as well. The 4 basic human needs. How to keep employees engaged. And your purpose in life. Now down the bottom, you'll see that you've got a link to my LinkedIn and my Facebook. You are welcome to join up to that. The work wheel. Business focus and staff development. Okay, at this stage I've got a confession to make. I'm also a qualified life coach, so I've had to put something like this in. I'm interested in people as well. What motivates people? How do we keep them involved? How are they achieving what they need to achieve in life and in work to keep them involved, keep them productive? So let's focus on the left-hand side, the work areas. Personal development, professional development, KPIs. Have you got your KPIs? Have you got them written down? Have you got them plastered on your wall above your computer? Are they in front of you? Do you know what you're focusing on? If you haven't, then you should write them down. Get them in front of you. If you haven't got any KPIs at all, then come up with them. Write them down. Help your boss out a bit. Write them down. Take them off to your next annual review. Present your boss with the KPIs. Wow, he's going to be so happy because that means he doesn't have to write them. You're helping him out, and frankly, if you're writing your KPIs, they're going to be interesting for you. They're going to be good for you. So you'll be getting what you want as well. So then what I want you to do is I want you to put down your priority beside each of these items. What is your focus? So for personal development, is your priority only 3? Well, here you are doing some personal development now. Maybe it's 5. I don't know. Write it down what you feel it is right now. Then, when you're finished with that, and do that for all of your KPIs as well, then beside that, I want you to write down your rating. This is your skill level. How good are you at each of those? This is just for you. You don't have to give this to anyone else. This is just personal for you. Write down your rating there. So if your KPI 1, your priority is an 8, and your rating, your self-rating, is only a 3, then really that's where you need to get some help, doesn't it? You need to get some focus. You might need to upskill, might need to do some retraining. Then the next column over, the percentage of time. For example, if your KPI is 8 and your percentage of time is, say, 10%, and your personal development is a priority 3, and you're spending 80% of your time on that, well, guess what? It's not going to work. It's just not going to work. There needs to be some alignment there, some congruence. So you need to write that down. Okay, final column, future rating. Come back to this one. Stick this in a drawer. Come back to that in 6 months. Put a calendar entry in to come back to this in 6 months and reevaluate yourself and see whether you have improved your ratings on this, okay? Okay, moving over to the next one, your KPI work wheel. It's basically just a graphical representation of the chart on the left that we've just worked on, and the same on the right-hand side. Of business. This is the best slide I'm going to show you today. This is the one that is going to change the way you think about your business, change the way you deal with other people in your business, and change the way that you actually look at every task you do. This is it. So, the 4 P's of business: philosophies, policies, procedures, processes and practices. Yes, I know, if you count it up it's 5. We'll stick with the 4. This is something I've come up with, and you'll see that you are N. So your position is N and you do procedures. Your leader is the policies, N-1, and your leader's leader is N-2, and they do the business philosophies. And your staff carry out the processes and practices, and they're N+1. In everything you do, always use the 4 Ps. As an employee, your role is nearly always to make your leader look good. By the leader looking good, they look good to their leader. This makes things far more favourable for you. That's you at work. If your leaders look good, then things are good for you in a work environment. And you spend a lot of time at work, so that's a good thing. The 4 Ps work at every level of an organisation. Always start with the corporate philosophy. If you understand that, then developing the procedures from the leader's policies becomes far more focused and useful, allowing you to sell them to your staff so the processes and practices are conformed to as well. Okay, so take a look at this one again. This is all about making your group look good and making life easy for you at work. Far more productive, getting the resources you need. Where does my time go? Now this is something that I've put in for you that I know will help you out on a personal as well as professional level. Are you getting as much done as what you need to get done? Are you getting the right things done? Are your priorities right for the amount of time things are taking? Now, there's an old saying that I have: without reliable data, you're merely another person with an opinion. This is all about getting the data down and getting your focus. So what I've done is I've set up this little chart from the beginning of the day to the end of the day, and you can fill it in. Fill in when you're sleeping, when you're eating, everything. Stick in your meal breaks, exercise, travel, family time, recreation, meetings, personal development, thinking time. So when you finish there, I want you to look at it and say, where is my spare time? Am I getting the right amount of sleep? Normally it's 7.5 hours. Am I getting this? What can I cut back on? What would you like to add into your week? Who are you associating with? How is the idea of the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with going? You may not know what that's about, but we'll get back to that if you like. An interesting experiment with this is, without reliable data, you're merely another person with an opinion. What I'm doing here is getting you to write down the data. Put down everything that you're doing on a week-to-week, a standard week, the best you can, of course. Once you've got that, you can then make changes to it. You can say, oh no, I shouldn't be doing that. Or you can say, oh, I'm working too much out of the office and I need to address this. Do I really need to get these tasks done? Are they worth cutting into my life with? Is there someone else that could be doing these tasks? Can we work in a smarter way? It's all about balance, productivity, and creating a good future for you. So what I recommend is filling this out. You don't need to show it to anyone. It's totally personal to you. Sticking a date on this, and then coming back to it in 3 months' time, doing this again every 3 months. Have you been able to address the issues that you want to address? Are you more productive? They're the questions that you should be looking at in the future, okay? Great thing with this Excel spreadsheet in the corner, you can duplicate tabs and have it set up for another few months' time as well. Okay. Is your life purpose? These are some of the personal development programs that I work on. These are some simple little diagrams that have come off LinkedIn and I find very good. So what is your life purpose? You've got to find that little red square in life. Sometimes you can be out in the outer circles, but try and figure out how to get into that red square. So take a look at this, try and put it into perspective for you. Write down your passions, write down what profession you're in. Fill this in, just create a little chart and fill in some details for this. Try and focus in on what is your purpose in life. And you never know, you might get closer to it, but you're not going to get closer if you don't try and focus on it. Came across this, I think this is brilliant. This is all about giving you the right language, which shows back on the previous slide of communications. It's all about language, giving you the right language to make you powerful and respected within your business. But I must say, I have doctored this slide just a little bit. It used to be 20 powerful words to use on a cover letter. Now, some organisations may not appreciate that, so I've whited that out. But these words are great. So when you're writing a project report, you initiated, you planned, you managed. When you go into your annual review, you have notes that say that you trained, you strengthened, you persuaded, you organised, you oversaw. When you're writing an email out to the organisation, you can say that it's been planned and is led by, has been promoted by, and it has solved. These are really powerful words, words to be using all the time. So throw a few of these in to your communications and then throw some more into the next communications that you do. Going through this with me, I hope that I have provided you with some great tools and ideas on how to achieve your desired results much better, to give you some facilities to do that. We've covered a lot of different personal and professional strategies here. Given you an easy service catalogue entries build process, which should put some things into perspective for you, along with their use by you and within the organisation. You've created your first service book entry. You've analysed your time. You are now in a position to adjust your lifestyle. Outstanding tasks. No, you're not getting away from this scot-free, I'm afraid. I want you to go back and use the current service book entry that you've created today. Actually go and use it. Put it out amongst your peers and use it. Get some practice. Tweak it, change it, make it better. I want you to book in 5 minutes a day to create a new entry, another entry every day. Just keep creating them. Keep putting them out there. Keep refining them. Publish these entries. Give our clients some understanding of what you do and manage your clients' expectations. My details are down there. I've got a LinkedIn account, a Facebook account, and there's an About Me as well. And down the bottom of the page, there should be some links as well to each of these. So hook on over. I'm always adding more stuff and hope to be of benefit to you now and in the future. All the best.